You guys, I still can't believe this happened. Imagine finding out your fiancé, just 9 days before your wedding, is practically dry humping a random dude at a club, and then she has the audacity to post it all over Instagram. What happened next? Oh, it made local news, and not in the way she ever expected. This story, it's pure, unadulterated chaos. So, I'm 29, and my fiancée, Brianna, 27, was supposed to be having this low-key bachelorette party. You know, dinner, maybe some wine at her friend Chloe's place with the bridesmaids. Nothing wild, she promised. Our wedding was right around the corner, like 9 days away. I was working late on a Thursday night, just trying to wrap up a project, when my phone started vibrating like crazy. Instagram notifications, one after another. It was Brianna's story. The caption? Last night of freedom. And the photo? My jaw just dropped. There she was, straddling some random guy's lap. Definitely not Chloe's apartment. This was a full-on, packed club. His hands were all over her waist. Her arms were around his neck, and she was kissing him. Kissing him. I just sat there, phone in hand, staring into oblivion for a solid minute. Then more photos started rolling in. Her grinding on him doing body shots off her chest, her bridesmaids practically losing their minds, cheering them on. And the last one, oh, the last one. Them making out, full tongue, his hand up her dress. The caption? What happens at bachelorette stays at bachelorette. Yeah, except when you post it for the world to see on social media, Brianna. My blood ran cold. The rage, it was a slow burn at first, then it just erupted. I screenshot every single one of those damning photos. Every single one. Then, I went to her last post and commented, first night of freedom, actually. Wedding's off. Short. Sweet. To the point. Then, for the kicker, I changed my relationship status to single. And I did something else. Something truly devastating for her. I tagged her dad, Raymond. Why Raymond? Because he was paying for the entire wedding. We're talking $80,000, the catering, the venue, the works. And he had specifically, explicitly, told Brianna, no wild bachelorette party. His business partners, their families, they were all going to be at the wedding. The man owns 3 car dealerships. He has a reputation to uphold. Within 5 minutes, my phone absolutely exploded. Brianna calling. Her friends calling. Random numbers I didn't even recognize. I just turned it off. Went home. Tried to sleep. The next morning, I woke up to someone practically trying to dismantle my doorbell. It was Brianna's mom, Denise, and she had Brianna with her. Brianna looked rough. Makeup smeared, still in that club dress, tear-streaked face. How dare you humiliate my daughter like that? Denise shrieked, right there in my doorway. She humiliated herself. I replied, my voice steady. I just pointed it out. Brianna tried to turn on the tears. Baby, it meant nothing. It was just fun. All brides do this. All brides make out with random dudes and post it online. I asked, my voice flat. You're overreacting. It was just dancing. I pulled up the screenshots on my phone. Swiped through them. This, I said, pointing to the photo of his hand up her dress. This is just dancing? Denise actually gasped. Even she couldn't defend that. Delete those right now, she demanded, her voice shaking. The wedding is in 9 days. What wedding? I snapped. That's when Brianna dropped the act. The tears vanished. You already paid for everything. You can't cancel now. Do you know how this will make me look? There it was. Not, I'm sorry. Not, I made a mistake. Just, how will I look? That's Raymond's problem, not mine. I told her, the anger simmering. He paid for it all, remember? You insisted Daddy handle everything. Denise's face went white. The deposits, they're non-refundable. All of them. They left after Denise threatened to sue me for emotional damages. I just waved her off. Good luck with that. But here's where it gets truly insane. 3 hours later, I look out my window, and there's a news van parked outside my apartment. Local news. Apparently, Brianna went straight to Channel 7 with a sob story about how I publicly shamed her and ruined her life over innocent bachelorette party fun. They interviewed her on the noon news. She was in this conservative outfit, no makeup, crying her eyes out about how I betrayed her trust by weaponizing social media against her. She actually said I was controlling and abusive for not letting her have one night of harmless fun with her girlfriends. The reporter, bless her naive heart, ate it up. The segment was titled, Groom's social media revenge goes too far. Yeah, I was the bad guy for calling off my wedding after catching my fiancée with another man's tongue down her throat. Unbelievable. Update 1. Guess what? That news segment backfired spectacular ly. See, Brianna forgot one crucial detail. The internet exists. Within hours, someone found her original Instagram posts. She deleted them, but screenshots are forever, right? And they posted them in the comments of the news station's Facebook post. The comments were brutal. Harmless fun? She was basically dry humping him. She posted it public, and he's wrong for responding? Play stupid games. And my personal favorite, Channel 7 really ran this without fact-checking. But the best part? The guy from the club, the one Brianna was making out with? His name is Trent, and he's married. His wife saw the broadcast, recognized him immediately, and went absolutely nuclear on their joint Facebook account. Trent's wife posted everything. Apparently, Brianna had given him her number. They'd been texting for 2 days. She'd sent him nudes. He'd sent her pics. And Brianna had told him she was in an open relationship, and her wedding was just for show because her fiancé was rich. Rich? Me? I'm a project manager at a tech company. I do fine, but rich? That's hilarious. Raymond called me that afternoon. It was the first time we'd ever talked one-on-one without Brianna there. Son, he said, his voice grave, I need to know. Did she really do what those photos show? I sent him everything. There was a long silence on the line. Then, he spoke again. I'm pulling the entire wedding fund. Every penny I can get back, I'm taking. She can figure out the rest. Raymond, you don't have to. I started, but he cut me off. Yes, I do. I raised her better than this. Her mother enabled this behavior for too long. I'm done. Later that day, Brianna tried a new approach. She showed up at my apartment with her bridesmaids, Chloe, Madison, and Jackie. They stood in my hallway like some kind of intervention squad. We need to talk about your toxic masculinity. Chloe started, hands on her hips. My what now? I asked, utterly bewildered. You're punishing Bray for expressing her sexuality, Madison added, nodding sagely. It's 2024. Women are allowed to have fun, Jackie chimed in. She can have all the fun she wants, I said, looking directly at Brianna. Just not as my fiancé. Then Jackie tried the guilt trip. Do you know how many people already bought plane tickets? My grandma is flying in from Florida. Sounds like a personal problem, I shrugged. That's when Brianna went full psycho. If you don't take me back, I'll tell everyone you hit me. Dead silence. Even her friends looked shocked. Brie, Chloe whispered, you can't say things like that. Why not? She shrieked. He's ruining my life. I deserve. I pulled out my phone and started recording. Say that again. On camera. She stormed off, her friends trailing behind her. But Madison stopped, just for a second, and whispered, for what it's worth, I told her not to post those photos. The news did a follow-up segment that evening. This time, they had Trent's wife on, and she brought receipts. The texts, the photos, everything. The narrative changed real quick from controlling groom to cheating bride caught red-handed. Brianna's Instagram went private, then deleted. Her Facebook gone. But she wasn't done. Oh no. Update 2. Y'all, this woman lost her entire mind. First, she tried to salvage the wedding. Since Daddy cut her off, she created a GoFundMe. Help me save my dream wedding after public humiliation. She raised a grand total of $47. Someone donated $2 with the comment, for therapy. Then she pivoted. If she couldn't have the wedding, she'd take everything else. She started telling people we had a verbal agreement that I'd pay her back for the emotional labor she put into our relationship. 3 years of supporting me, apparently valued at $50,000. When that didn't work, she went after my job. She emailed my boss, claiming I was harassing her and creating a hostile work environment. We don't even work together. My boss, who'd seen all the news coverage, just forwarded me the email with a note. You dodged a missile, not a bullet. But the peak insanity came last Thursday. I'm at the grocery store when I get a call from my apartment complex. Someone tried to break into my unit. Security caught them. It was Brianna, and some guy I'd never seen before. She told security she was my wife, not even fiancé anymore, and had lost her key. The guy was supposedly a locksmith she'd hired, except he was just her cousin Derek, holding a crowbar. Security had already called the cops. I pressed charges for attempted breaking and entering. At the station, She played every single card. I left important medication inside. She's never taken medication. My grandmother's ashes are in there. Both grandmothers are alive. He stole my emotional support animal. We have no pets. The cop taking her statement looked so tired. Ma'am, you just gave 3 different reasons. Because I'm traumatized, she wailed. Derek, meanwhile, threw her under the bus immediately. She said it was her apartment, and she'd pay me $500 to get her stuff back. I didn't know about any of this drama. The security footage was damning. She clearly tried to pick the lock first, then called Derek with the crowbar. Premeditated attempted B&E. Her mom bailed her out that night and called me screaming about pressing charges against family. Denise, I said, my voice calm despite my fury, we're not family. Your daughter made sure of that when she tongued another man. It was a mistake. Haven't you ever made a mistake? Sure. Proposing to her was apparently a huge one. She hung up on me. But remember Trent's wife from earlier? She reached out to me through Facebook. Turns out Brianna was still texting Trent, even after everything exploded, sending him photos, begging him to leave his wife, saying they were meant to be, and their meeting was fate. Trent's wife was building a harassment case against Brianna. She asked if I wanted to combine evidence. Absolutely. Then Friday, the day before what would have been our wedding, Brianna made one last play. She showed up at my work. In a wedding dress. The wedding dress. The one that cost $8,000. The one her daddy bought. She stood in our lobby, full veil and everything, crying and begging me to remember our love. Security escorted her out, but not before everyone got photos and videos. Someone set it to sad violin music, and it went viral on TikTok. 2.3 million views. The comments were savage. The mascara tears really sell the crazy. This is why we don't ignore red flags. Bro dodged a nuclear warhead. My favorite? Imagine being the other dude watching this. Final update. The wedding day came and went. I spent it at a bar with my boys, watching football and eating wings. Best Saturday I'd had in months. But Brianna? Oh, she had different plans. She showed up at the venue in her dress, with a photographer. See, she couldn't get any refunds, but the venue was still technically booked. So, she decided to have her wedding anyway. Alone. She did a full photo shoot, walking down the aisle, fake cutting the cake, a first dance with an invisible groom. The works. The venue staff were so uncomfortable they called Raymond. He showed up and lost his mind. I got a play-by-play from the catering manager, who's friends with my buddy. You're embarrassing yourself and our family. Raymond screamed. I deserve my special day. He stole it from me, she shrieked back. He stole it. You couldn't keep your tongue in your mouth for 9 days. She apparently screamed that he never supported her happiness, and this was her truth. Raymond left, but not before telling the venue staff to box up all the food and donate it to the homeless shelter. At least someone benefited. The photographer, who hadn't been paid up front, Brianna just assumed Daddy would handle it. Left halfway through when he realized no one was paying him. But not before posting some shots on his Instagram with the caption, "Weirdest gig ever. Bride, no groom. Still wanted couples photos." I can't make this up. Those went viral, too. Brianna holding her own hand. Brianna slow dancing alone. Brianna toasting to nobody. It was tragic and hilarious simultaneously. The court date for the B&E charge was last week. She pled down to attempted trespassing and got 100 hours community service, a $2,500 fine, and a restraining order keeping her 500 feet away from me and my residence. Her lawyer tried arguing she was having a mental health crisis brought on by public humiliation. The judge wasn't buying it. Your client attempted to break into someone's home with a crowbar. Mental health isn't a free pass for criminal behavior. Trent's wife also got a restraining order. Turns out Brianna had started driving by their house at night. Trent finally came clean to his wife about everything. It wasn't just that one night. They'd hooked up twice before the bachelorette party. Once in his car, once at a motel. The motel had receipts, paid for with a credit card. Brianna's credit card. The one her daddy paid for. Raymond found out when he was going through statements to cancel everything. That was the final straw. Raymond and Denise are getting divorced. 31 years of marriage. Done. Denise blamed him for abandoning their daughter. Raymond blamed her for creating a monster. Brianna is now living with her friend Jackie, working at a makeup store. She got fired from her marketing job after the wedding dress work stunt. And according to mutual friends, She's still telling everyone I abused her and ruined her life over nothing. Last week, I got a text from an unknown number. I'm sorry for everything. I know you'll never forgive me, but I wanted you to know I'm in therapy now. I realize I have a lot of issues to work through. I hope you find happiness. I didn't respond, but I did forward it to my lawyer just in case. Plot twist, though. Madison, one of the bridesmaids, reached out last week. Not for Brianna, but to apologize for that hallway ambush. We grabbed coffee. Turns out she'd been questioning their friendship for months. Brianna had apparently hooked up with Madison's ex while they were still together 2 years ago and gaslit her about it. We're not dating or anything, but we've hung out a few times. She's actually cool when she's not enabling Brianna's BS. She even showed me texts from their group chat the night of the Bachelorette. She was the only one saying, maybe don't post these pics, while the others encouraged it. The local news thing? They did one final segment, a Where Are They Now piece. They interviewed me this time. I kept it simple. I saw my fiancé cheating, ended the relationship, and moved